give it to him. He has asked for it. Let us give him his cabinet. We know he's going to run the government from State House.
And I'm very objective.
We're really getting out of order.
Listen. I'm very scared. These are the fellows who are eating the money.
Hoya guys, back to our YouTube channel. Thanks for your great support. Karibuni tena. William Ruto anaona fireworks na kuambia. In future tunaenda kuwa na changes. Unajua tumechoka na hii regime ya William Ruto. Na mabadiliko yanakuja. Na William Ruto ameanza kujikojolea, ameanza kutense, ameanza kuwa na wasiwasi kwamba itakuwaje wakati ambapo kweli naenda kuchomolewa. Asha realize pia anaenda kuchomolewa. Unaona watu wangu? And that's why William Ruto saizi anapatikana na scandals. Unaona? Anapatikana na scandals. Unajua uwezi kuwa una target kuona William Ruto akifanya scandal. Angalia mtu ako na hiyo scandal. Then uangalie ni close ally wake ama vipi. For example, upande wa Kakamega mambo yalichemukia nani? Fernandes Barasa. Baada kutumia lot of millions, baada kuluta lot of millions za hiyo OC ambayo ilikuwa imeanzishwa na Oparanya, kimebakia tu finishing na kuweka vitu ndani. But now imezima completely na kuambia. Na ile hospitali nyingine pia imebakia ina dilemma, haina kitu ndani, haina madaktari, haina dawa. Wanatuambia sha inafanya pale na kuna kitu. Na ikakuwa exposed. I can tell you. Imekuwa exposed mbaya tena zaidi. Senators wakaingia pale. Wakaamua kufanya ukaguzi kwa hiyo staff ya treasury. Mambo yamechemuka watu wangu. But kabla tuingie pale kabisa, I want to assure you that Fred Matiang'i is going to take William Ruto home. Na kuambia. Na huyu jamaa unajua kiingia pale, is going to make sure watu wanafanya kazi. For example, jamaa amekuwa interior CS. Uliona venye alifanya kazi yake. Akakuwa Minister of Education. Uliona venye alikuwa na storm schools. Akiwa serious. Na kama wewe ni mhusika na ufanyi kazi na umehesabiwa kwa scandal, anaku kick out. Na Uhuru Kenyatta hakuwa anasema chochote. Juu jamaa ni mtu wa kusema na kutenda. I can tell you. And that's why I can tell you William Ruto hiyo ndo kitu pia ameanza kuiogopa kabisa. Juu kama Fred Matiang'i atafaulu, nakwambia William Ruto kuna chances ya kuwa arrested ama kupelekwa ICC. And show my like video na nasema thanks for your great support. Acha tuanze na Fred Okengo Matiang'i speech yake, powerful speech.
It means you have a right to choose your party. And no one has a right or responsibility to choose a party for you. And you have a right to associate with whomever you please. I love you so much and I want to spend so much time with you. I want to ask you as leaders. Unajua, mimi ni mtu wa kwenda huku mahali mambo iko huko. Sababu, so wale ambao wanasema though I'm technocratic, I will not campaign, tukutane kwa kiwanja. Tukutane huko. I will wear my sketchers and I will go to every village in this country, talking to Kenyans and seeking their vote and their support so that we can change our country. So, business number one, in line with the decision of the National Delegates Conference of Jubilee last Friday, let us now begin massive registration in Jubilee. Let us revive our membership in Jubilee. And you know, if you listen to the party leader very carefully last week, he said he is handing over the party to young people, to you people. Now, when elections of this party are called, honestly speaking, I pray, Jehovah, that we get to a point where 2/3 of our people in NEC and all leaders are you, young people. You know. And you are not going to contest those things if you are not a member. Let us register massively in Jubilee and be ready when elections are held. You know, we started this by the Occupy movement, Occupy Parliament, Occupy. Now let us literally occupy leadership by taking up this position and being there to make decisions on behalf of our people and to ensure that we support our country. So, I am very happy about the number of fellow aspirants who are here. When we come next time, we are 500. I'd also like to have a separate meeting with the aspirants so that we also discuss our own things. Vile tutakuja kusaidiana kwa sababu mimi I'm seeking presidency, but if you are looking for a parliamentary seat, a governor seat like Cairo, my brother Dan here, and those of you who are seeking MCA seats, we form a partnership where we work together and support each other as we go forward. So that's what we are going to do. So tuzungumze na watu. This is a time to talk to fellow Kenyans and plead with them that it is within us. We have the capacity to change our country ourselves. We don't need anybody to come from anywhere. Look, I can share with you a very simple experiences. Every ministry I went to, I meet members of the public who always tell me, the troubles of digital migration, and we finally migrated, or the troubles of sorting out examination cheating. Every time I went to some of these departments, people told me, I was in Jogo with Zach, people told me, examination cheating is so interesting in this country. It is a billions industry, people pay money and so on. I said, I will go there and sort it out. That is why I'm being paid. Na tena si kufanya kazi na nusu hivi hiyo style ya sonoma izee ya kukaa huko kunywa chai na mandazi. No. Doing the work myself. Kama nikufungua container, niko hapa. I opened a container here in Kambiamoto at 3 a.m. in the morning, and even the school principals were shocked. I was there at 3 a.m. in the morning, and I did about 10-15 schools across here, making sure that the right thing is done for our children. When there was a problem here in Tubuki, I arrived here. We drove right to the middle of the informal settlement area and got to a point where we couldn't even drive because vehicles could not go through. The pathways are very narrow. I told Mutiabai and Kinoti and Kanja, who was the GSU commandant, now the Inspector General of Police, to Tembe na Mugu, because wananchi wanatembeanga hapa na Mugu, and they are the ones we leave. Those are to Tembe. I went to that bishop's house whose daughter had been unfortunately raped by those times, and so on. Then I had Mutiabai that time give me a police officer who's famous for delivery, because tuwache mchezo, wananchi wanataka tufanye kazi. Give me a guy who's famous for delivery. Now watu tuonane, because we are here, tunalipwa mshahara so that wananchi live peacefully and go about their activities. Hawezi kutulipa mshahara na napiga story kila siku kuambia watu my story and so on. And we sorted the problem out. I want to give in this country, there is no challenge we face that we cannot address. There is no problem we face that we cannot resolve ourselves. Hii shida mnaona hapa ya capitation which we have been talking about ni aibu. I'm telling you, 62 years after independence for a country of our size, endowed with the resources that we have, and you can see the nonsense that is going on. We have managed to root around villages giving people money for farming and bribing people, but we don't have money to take to school for our children. Unashangaa, how do we think? How do we arrive at solutions? And hii mchezo tuwache, and this thing can be sorted out. Because people expect that if we are in leadership, we are there to find solutions to the problems that are there. Lakini tutakaa pamoja na tunatafuta hii kwa heshima, kwa unyenyekevu na kwenda mbele pamoja. So that our friends, even those who are in leadership, understand our problems have nothing to do with, we are not dealing with them as individuals. We are saying this, you have failed to manage. Give us the opportunity, we manage. That's all we are saying. Madam Nagani. You have failed to manage. Give us the opportunity to manage. And we are promising we will manage better. Number two, tafadhali, let us now drive the voter registration. I agree with what Maju said. Tunaweza kuongea hii maneno kuanzia sasa, kesho kutwa, but if you don't have your vote, the voters in Botswana achieved their dream through the vote. The voters in Malawi have achieved their dream through their vote. Ile itatusaidia because we are a democracy. Ni kura yetu. Sababu hiyo ndio namna ya kuwaweka viongozi ama kuwatoa viongozi. Kwa hivyo tafadhali tufanye kila tuwezalo kuhakikisha kwamba we have registered to vote. I'm told, I've already been told by young people here that IBC is having single registration centers in the constituency. I am going to make proposals to your leaders on how we are going to do this, and even we in Jubilee will find a way of providing support to this. Because I believe in this. Let us not whine and moan. Let us find solutions. You know, one great leader said, don't agonize, organize. Yeah, don't agonize, organize. Tujipange kwa haya maneno. Na tunaweza kujipanga, tuongee na wale wa IBC, na mobilize vijana in one center, 2,000, 3,000, watu wa IBC wanakuja hapo, wana register the whole day. Even if it's a single registration point, akienda from center to center, na sisi we participate and help in mobilizing, we'll get the votes and the numbers that we require. So that tusiwe victims wa kusema tu hawachakuja kwetu, wako mbali. We can work on a program, especially the aspirants who are here. We can work on a program that is facilitating the registration process so that we register many of us as voters. Because let us not complain and blame them. Let us support them to ensure that this is done, because ultimately that is how we will sort out our country. However, there is also something I've heard about ID cards. There are places where people have no ID cards and so on. I will work with the leaders of Jubilee and the leaders of the opposition. We will review that situation in the country. Ikishindikana kama ni Kiswahili inafanywa, people are denied ID cards so that they don't register to vote. We will organize one day to Dachipanga. Yeah. We will organize one day. I mean, people are not going to play this kind of silly games that can go on with it. Yeah. We will organize. People must understand one thing. Kenyans have come to a point where they want to manage their country and they would like their country to be managed sensibly. So those funny games that are being done of registering, I don't know who, and then people every time are making trips to administration centers and they're being told funny stories like, oh, your ID has not come. I mean, tafadhali kwani ID inatolewa mbinguni? Ndio lazima uende kukuta. Hapana bwana. We organize. First of all, the first step is to be orderly, to be focused and respect the institutions. Step 2 is to push to ensure the right thing is done. But step 3, we should not lose our responsibility to demand and force things to be done the right way. Yeah. Kwa hivyo tutakaa chini na wale viongozi wengine wote tukubaliane, tukiona kama hii ni game inachezwa namna hiyo na mchezo wa kuhakikisha kwamba people don't get the IDs, tutajua pia hata sisi tutafanya. That is it. Wake up siku moja tutajua vile tutafanya na tutatangaza. Because you see, hatuwezi kupelekwa hivi eti kwa sababu unataka, you want to ensure that these young people don't vote because you know they will not vote for you. So you want to make sure that they don't get ID cards, and you keep lying and pretending about it. You know the things that people talk about this country that amaze me. You know, how can you talk about printers and they don't know what paper in Kenya 62 years after independence? Unajua hata ujinga unahitaji kuheshimu common sense. Honestly. So hata tufuate sheria vile iko. Tuende step ya kwanza, because we want to be responsible citizens. Tufuate sheria vile iko. Step ya kwanza sisi tuende tutafute vile tunaambiwa. Step ya pili tutumie structures zile ziko to ask the right questions as law abiding citizens. Lakini ikifika step ya tatu kama ni mchezo, sasa surely tutakaa tukichezea namna hiyo? Hapana. Lazima tutajua namna ya kuendelea mbele. Thirdly, nakubaliana wewe, tuheshimiane. That is it, tuheshimiane. Wafanye kazi ya uongozi, sisi tufanye kazi kama wananchi. Yeah, and the responsible citizens, sisi tulipe kodi, tufuate sheria, tuweke amani, hiyo ndio kazi yetu. Lakini hawezi kuwa eti tufuate sheria na wao ni kutuchezea. Kufanya kana kwamba watu ni wajinga, eti kwanza kutumia lugha nyingine hapo eti hatuna kitambulisho. Pesa inatoka wapi ya kuonga watu kila wakati in the form of environment? Hakuna pesa ya kuprint kitambulisho. Nyinyi hamjaona watu wakiongwa hapa? Eti government inatoka wapi pesa ya kuonga watu kila wakati? Hakuna pesa ya kutengeneza kitambulisho. Kwani mnafikiri wananchi sisi ni wajinga hivyo kweli? Hapana. Hiyo tunawaambia na waelewe, tutafuata sheria, lakini lazima ifike mahali tutasema sasa, hapa mahali imefika, tuheshimiane. These are our rights, and we will enforce and demand our rights as we go forward. We are going to be on this train. Nawaomba vijana. Now, let us mobilize. This is our time to mobilize and ensure that our message goes across to the country. I am happy about all the comments that you have given me. My brother, your comments about our presence in social media, I take it in my stride. And that's why I love meetings like this, because you get accurate, reliable, honest. That's why we are a democracy. That's why we chose democracy. That you know, we talk to each other and respect each other as citizens of this country. Kwa hivyo, ndugu zangu na dada, sasa ni wakati wa kwenda kwa hii safari ya kubadilisha nchi yetu. Na safari hii tunaenda inahitaji tushirikiane sisi wote bila kujali kabila, mahali unatoka. You know, when my friend Rotich spoke here from the Ugeko, you know, I keep saying this honestly, and God in heaven will hear. I would like to wake up one morning and my president is a guy from the Ugeko community, or my president is a guy from Samburu, Marsabit, or Rendile, or Pokomo, you know, or Michikenda. Not the question of saying they must come from a particular community because of numerical numbers and strength and so on. You guys have taught all of us a lesson, and you are now redefining Kenya anew. And I agree with your definition of Kenya, that it should be a country where tribe is not an issue. What is important is delivery of services. You know, that people give you a job and you do the job. I ask this question every time. When you are sick, you go to hospital here, umebebwa hapa na gari, hata ambulance. Ukifika pale kwa board, unaanza kuangalia daktari wa kabila yetu wako kwa vitu kwanza kabla hujaingia huko. Jamani, hii ni kasumba ya uzee ya zamani. This is not going to help us at all. The one and only one reason why I fought so hard on cleaning up our exam system is because I wanted fairness and objectivity. I've told this story before. I went to a parent day in one of our girls' schools. And always I used to ask the school principals, please let the children speak, because now this is also about boys. Let us not develop a situation where we raise our children not to speak to us. All the time ni sisi tunaongea, tunakuta hapa watu wakubwa pere watu wachaza rapa, and then tunaenda. We should also hear what these children are thinking, because they also have thoughts. They are growing up. And one young girl, I think from 3 students in that school, asked me a question, very strong question. Said, Minister, you know, we work very hard. Some of the courses we're interested in, the universities, have got very few places. People from some schools pay money, and they are the ones who get the A's and the A minuses. By the time the selection happens to universities, those courses are all filled by people from those particular schools who are able to pay for exams and so on. That was one of our children challenging us. You know, honestly speaking, that really pricked my heart. And I said, tumefika hapa. Now our children are asking us, what is wrong with us, essentially. I told her, my daughter, I promise you, I will do everything the Lord will enable me to do to ensure this nonsense is sorted out once and for all. And actually, that is the same promise I can give you, young people. If you give me the opportunity, if I was so lucky and so privileged to win your favor and your vote and your support, to be your leader, I will do everything the Lord will enable me to do to ensure that some of these silly things you see around here don't happen in our country. Because God has blessed us enough, given us enough capacity to live in a country where you're happy, you feel satisfied, you go about your activities, you grow your barretram, very happy about what that gentleman said about farming, and you engage in your farming activities and succeed. There is no reason why you should be disadvantaged on account of where you come from, on account of where you are born, on account of whether you are a boy or girl. Those types of things should not matter now. And let us go forward and work that way. Even us in the opposition, and the number of my colleagues, and I know people of Kenya have been wondering, why are there a lot of arguments in the opposition and so on? I say, actually, for me, I look at them from a positive side. That you see, first we chose democracy, which means it's good to be in a country where you can choose to belong to a particular party and say that I am in Jubilee. My brother Zach here, who sits here, is a member of PNU. And we are very, very good friends. I do not see anything in this world that would affect my friendship with Zach because he's in PNU and I'm in Jubilee. And the other people who are in other parties, Kenyans. The more we are at the table when we come to discuss, the better. We build alignment and consensus, not because we have no differences. No, in spite of our differences. We will have differences of opinion, differences of perspectives, different ways of looking at things, but we sit together. If I took a survey here, some of you are Catholics, some of you are Protestants, some of you are Muslims. Why would that affect whether or not we are able to sit in one room and discuss the affairs of our country? So, to build even unity and cohesion within the opposition is going to take a lot of maturity, a lot of respect for everyone's view, because we chose democracy, because we are proud of our country, that you can actually belong to a party which has not.
Na ndo nimekuambia huyo jamaa atachange Kenya. Bora Rigathi Gachagua akuje pia msupport. Lakini kufikia saizi Rigathi Gachagua asiposupport, asipofanya nini, najua tu William Ruto will be going home 2027. Now, acha tuangalie upande wa Kakamega County. Jinsi mambo yalichemuka, yakatokota.
Donor communities and other stakeholders. The lie you want to peddle here that Oparanya was relying on conditional grants, when we know that in the budget books of Kakamega County, where you worked, you are an employee of Oparanya.
No, I was not.
You came from...
yes, I came from Viga.
I was confusing with the other guy. Yeah. So why do you want to blame Oparanya because he's not here?
No, we are not.
If Oparanya was small-minded like you in Mbadi, he would not have thought of this.
So we are not blaming him. What we are saying is that the
you get it, my friend. You get the highest, third highest, or second highest conditional grants. I'm not grants. I mean the equitable shares.
Equitable share.
Kakamega has the highest. You have no reason to waste this kind of money. See, all those are sold, and that should have been your first priority. You could have kept anything else aside, because this is what saves Kenyans.
Actually, Chair, Chair, I'm asking this. Can we be given the budget for the year 2021, 2022, and 2022, 2023? If he's contesting what you're saying, because I'm also aware Oparanya left money was left to actually do this. Can you share with that those budgets that were prepared as you're coming in?
Yes.
But number two, can you indicate how much in the financial years you've been in office, how much have you allocated to this, to clearing this, clearing the debts that were related to this?
I will not be very specific, but we've been allocating less than 100 million
to do what?
To this project.
To do what?
Or have you cleared? So how much have you cleared of the debt that was there?
So far, we've not paid 300 million.
You paid?
No, you have not paid, or you have paid?
We not paid 300.
No, tell us what you have paid. What you have not paid is something else. What have you paid since you came to office on this project?
Okay, right now I am the Minister for Health, and since I took over this month of April, I don't remember has been anything.
Okay, you are, first as Minister of Health, you knew we were coming here how many weeks before?
Almost.
So the one thing you must do is internalize the history of this. So you would know whether this government has paid 10 shillings, has paid 10 million, has paid 300 million. Ukweli ama wrong? Because we were coming here.
Since the project's inception.
Since 2022 when this government came in, how much money has it allocated to this national, to the referral?
We will give you the figure.
No, you need to have it. Why don't you have the figure?
We'll give you the figure.
No. Who is the chief? Where is your chief?
In terms of how much has been paid.
Senator Chair, I have a problem that a minister for health does not know what has been allocated to a health facility, the most important health facility over the years.
My friend,
I can give you the figures.
Look, the way you are responding and your facial expression shows
You have
a
no
don't
clue.
care attitude. You must know that you are coming here for a purpose. You must say that you have used amount of money. This is a balance for this place. That's what I want from you, and that's the report I want from you.
This year,
Immediately.
This year
Today.
we have allocated 100 million in the original budget. We are intending to put 200 million when we do the supplementary budget to clear the debt.
Okay, and when you came, how much has been allocated so far? Can somebody answer me that question?
Around 70
Where's the
million.
finance guy?
Around 70
I saw a
million.
chief officer. He's taken off.
My friend, tell
How
us-
much has been
tell the
paid
guy
to
that's the
this
same
project
platform.
from you guys?
So far, we've paid 70 million. And in this financial year, 2025, 2026, we put a budget for 100 million.
You paid who?
We had a contractors who are on the ground,
Yes.
who are really working, who are now handing over to the KTF.
Okay, and how much are they owed?
The whole amount is 400 million that we are supposed to make here. So we really put 100, and we're looking forward in this financial year when we're doing the supplemental to put another 200 million.
Yes.
And we're hoping with what's happening now that the KDF have taken over, that with those arrangements, with the kind of the way the governor, the president gave the directive, that the remaining balances should be cleared as they continue working.
And we have asked that 3 times as members of parliament.
Yes.
We've told the president Kakamega
Yes.
is in Kenya.
Yes.
And if he's helping other referral, and he said, yes, KDF is coming
Yes.
in, Kakamega itself is the problem. They don't want to pay the defending bill.
We had an issue in terms of handing over. That was the main thing. And where we
No,
are now.
the main thing from the
Colleagues,
president is the paying of the money.
Colleagues, let me tell you about Kakamega. This is the guy who is in charge of finance. He took over during a reshuffle from this guy. So the information you are asking is supposed to be just
Here.
their fingertips.
True.
Let me tell you,
I don't commit myself.
this kind of inefficiency has cost Kakamega in the Ruto presidency to this extent. Ruto was here. He told these guys, pay 400 million
Clear the place.
at the airport. Khalwale has said the families, I want to start constructing. They backed out. The project collapsed. Here, he has said 300. They have not paid. Instead, they go to funerals and say, Obaranya, Oparanya, Oparanya. I'm telling you, in my lifetime, and get this straight, when I become governor of Kakamega, we will get you people arrested so that you pay for the lives of the people who have died
Chair,
since
I hope
this
you
hospital
protect us from
collapsed.
this.
I am very serious, Andaman.
Senator, I think we're going beyond.
I am very serious, by the way.
We are
Order,
here
order,
for a
order.
very objective way.
And I'm very objective.
We're really getting out of order.
And listen. I'm very serious.
Khalwale, don't. Khalwale, don't do that. No,
These
no,
are the fellows who are eating the money.
Wait.
Hello, I think we are really for a very objective way of handling this
Order,
issue.
order.
We are not really on this one.
don't answer. It's okay.
You
Khalwale,
eat
no.
money. Listen, Chairman.
I will not allow that.
Senator Khalwale.
Chairman,
Chair,
in the
gave an
financial year
objectivity
24-25,
here, and
this
so many
was
other
not
issues.
paid a single contract.
We are really getting out of order. Senator, this is not right for us here.
How can such a fool address me? Wewe kijana sikia. Hii mshahara yako inakuleta hapa. You should know the number of people we're paying Mbadi in Yoho. Unaweza bandi Yoho because of this greed of yours. I'm not come here from the Senate to play around. Catherine, would you expect respect? So the president is waiting.
Truth is, these answers we ask should be at the How many times do you have a cabinet meeting? Weekly, isn't it? How long did you know we are coming here? You don't have the figures, do you? Yeah? Does that make sense? Yes. Had a knowledge and the change of God, don't you discuss those figures in the and the finance chief of
change
all
of
people
God is not an excuse. Yes?
This thing is bigger than Kenyatta.
Of course.
It is.
And this young man from Butere arrogantly talks to me like this.
No.
You don't know how much we have
Don't
fought
go
in
there.
the Luo community to bring us where we are, young man. You have no idea what Shikuku did for the Luo community to reach where it is. And it is my responsibility.